Okay, hi everybody, James Love My Pups. So today we're going to talk about cherry eye. I've got a girl here who's coming for a breeding and she has a cherry eye. If you go ahead and take a look at that, Shonda, we can see the cherry eye. So what's going on here is there is a third membrane, eyelid, on a dog. It's called the nictating membrane. And it can pooch out like you see here when she's got her eye open. And that membrane is responsible for, she's not wanting to look at it this way, that membrane is responsible for about a half of the tear production. So is it pretty important? So there is 4 normal ways to fix this. And you can see she's got some goop in her eye. It's been bugging her, poor thing. And it gets irritated. And really this should have been done sooner because the more it stays out, the more inflamed it gets. Okay, there you go, girl. Okay, so 4 solutions. First one is what we're going to try and do, which is massage it back in place. This may or may not work because it's a fairly big cherry eye. The second one is that you give steroids, can help with the inflammation. The last 2 are surgical procedures. One is that you basically tighten up the ligatures that hold this thing in place. And the last one is that you just remove the whole gland itself. That's the least favorable of the whole outcomes because if you do that, the dog can have a dry eye. It can have other eye issues after that. So, all right, so here we go. What we're going to try and do is we're going to get her eye closed and I'm going to massage it and try and push that gland down towards her nose. So here we go. So I'm going to close her eyes and I'm just going to push down like that. Just gently just push down like that. Look at that, almost gone, almost gone. Do it some more. It's not causing any firm, not hard pressure. Still there, it looks, it's still popped out. There you go. I'm just putting pressure on it, just slightly putting pressure on it, not causing her any discomfort, not causing her any pain. It's got quite a bit better than it was. There it is. Well, still there a little bit. Causing a little irritation. So this really is irritated. So I think that if we're not successful on this, the next thing is some steroids. I'm not going to be successful here. So it's just been, you can see that I was starting to get it in there. It does look better than it did, but sometimes you can just get that, especially if it's not too bad a cherry eye, you can massage it and get it back down in there. So we'll just try it a bit more here. And it's got to be a lot more comfortable for her if we can get that back in place. And there it is. Mostly in, mostly in, mostly in. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to give her some steroids and we'll see how this progresses over the next few days and see if we can get this thing back in place. And I think there's a good chance that we'll see there it's gone back in now. So she's still, no, it's still there. If we got to this a little sooner, it's still popping out. It's not quite as bad as it was, but it's still popping out. And I'm not going to do this too much because it can't be very comfortable for her. Anyway, enough of that. So basically, technique is close the eye, push down, rub and push down, and push it towards this area. This is where the gland's supposed to be. So it's close the eye and just gently put pressure on it, just gently massage it. And I can feel that little bulge going down in there. And it does go in there in her eye. It is in place, but the problem is it's swelled up enough. So she'll open her eye, you'll see it's gone. It's gone. But the problem is it's big enough that it's going to pooch back out. Anyway, there we go. Cherry eye. And there it is again. Thanks for looking. Bye, everybody.